Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Erin. I'm the Student Recruitment Officer at the UBC Vancouver campus. And I'd like to acknowledge the land that UBC has built its Vancouver campus on, which we work, learn, connect, and innovate, is the unceded ancestral and traditional territory of the Musqueam peoples.
Hi everyone, my name is Marie and I'm an engineering advisor from the UBC Okanagan campus. My pronouns are she, her. UBC's Okanagan campus is situated in the unceded ancestral and traditional territory of the Syilx Okanagan Nation and their peoples. I would also like to acknowledge the traditional owners and caretakers of the lands that you are joining us from today. So thanks again for joining us this evening for this exciting event, and I'm going to pass it back over to you, Erin.
Thanks, Marie, and good evening, everyone, or good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. But thank you so much for joining us today. So welcome. Congratulations to those of you that have received an offer of admission, and to those of you still waiting for an admission decision, thank you so much for your patience. We are so excited to welcome you to the UBC engineering community this evening. We know that you have lots of questions, so our hopes are to answer your questions today and to get pretty much all of them that you might have answered, and then we'll let you know how you can connect with us afterwards if you still have more questions that come up. So this intro is really going to walk you through what you can expect for today. So we have specialized advising presentations happening in the sessions area, which you can use your left-hand navigation to access. We're on the stage right now, and then you can get to those sessions in the session area. So I'll be presenting for the Vancouver campus for year 1 and year 2 sessions. My colleague Kyle Watson will be presenting for the Okanagan year 2 session, which will be starting. And then Marie, who you just met, will be presenting at the Okanagan year 1 session. Kyle's an advisor at the Okanagan campus and is also a great resource for you to connect with today, especially if you're transferring into year 2 at UBCO. When you're not in a specialized session, this is a great time to visit any of our 3 different student panels. We have the student experience panel that will be starting right here on the stage at about 5:15 p.m., so in about 12 more minutes or so. Or you can head over to the sessions area to connect with some of our design team members, where design teams from the Okanagan and Vancouver campuses are ready to share more about their amazing hands-on projects that their teams get to work on. Or you can also check out our e-ideas groups, which are engineering, inclusion, diversity, equity, and advancement for student groups who can speak to how you can find your community across such a large university like UBC. We'll have a quick wrap up back on the stage right at about 6 o'clock before finishing the night with some drop-in advising Q&As where you can get any of your last-minute questions answered. We'll have one for Vancouver questions, one session for Okanagan questions, and a session that my colleague Ray will be hosting for any international students with questions related to things like study permits, moving to Canada, anything else about life as an international student at either campus. So I know that this is a big decision for all of you. I've seen lots of students in your position year after year, and I know that you're trying to figure out if you made the right decision or even how you might make a decision about choosing UBC engineering. So I hope that what I can tell you about UBC in terms of values, setting you up for success, and all of the opportunities that you can take advantage of, which will help make your decision. So why choose engineering? Well, the world is shifting and changing in terms of what we need to do to solve climate change, create solutions for people, cities, and entire countries. We know that if we don't change, there will be huge issues in society and for the planet. Engineering is a field where you can do the work to improve how people live and how things simply function. Engineers are problem solvers that make things more efficient, more sustainable, easier to communicate, improve lives through assisted devices and technologies, AI, self-driving cars, and so much more. There are so many issues that we're confronted with, and the best thing that you can do is to have a career that will solve these issues and contribute to collective problem solving. So whether you're interested in research, applying your knowledge to impact change, or if you're interested in science or math, engineering has that breadth, and you can find a field in engineering that focuses on your interest areas. I also want to take a moment to let you know that our admission process is gender blind. So if you are admitted, you're being admitted based on your merit. UBC Engineering is working to reach gender parity in engineering, but the only way that we do so is through our recruitment and outreach efforts to expose more girls and gender nonconforming students to the field of engineering through Gearing Up, our engineering stories videos on Instagram and TikTok, and through recruitment events to get more women to apply to the program. The reason that we're doing this is that increasing underrepresented populations in engineering make our teams more diverse. And more diverse teams mean that our students are better able to solve problems for the entire population, not just a fraction of it. Our students, alumni, and professors are showing the impact that they can make on the world through their research and actions, like providing solutions of clean water to Indigenous populations in Canada that have been under boil water advisories for entire generations, reducing food insecurity, making an impact on pollution and air quality, preventing and treating concussions, creating new medical devices, and so much more. So if you want to make a difference in our world, then you've found the right degree to pursue, and that's engineering.
Great, thanks, Erin. So before we get into our official presentations today, we want to remind you a little bit about UBC Engineering. So as you may know, UBC is the most international university in North America. It's also one of the top 40 schools in the world and a top school in Canada. More specifically, UBC Engineering is ranked number 2 engineering program in Canada this year and number 33 in the entire world. We are focused on continuing to improve our programs, our curriculum, our students, and the world around us. UBC Engineering is one program across 2 campuses, and you may have applied or have been admitted to the Okanagan campus in Kelowna or the Vancouver campus. Regardless of which campus you attend, you'll start in the foundational first year to learn about the courses that are the foundation for your degree success, which are chemistry, physics, math, and English. Year 2 courses and beyond will be unique to your major, which we like to refer to as your program or your specialization. At the Okanagan campus, you'll choose a program you're most interested in to continue into for your second year. There are no caps on the programs at the Okanagan campus, so you're free to choose any of the 5 options that are shown on this slide. Students will have lots of opportunities to learn more about these 5 programs throughout their first year, and Kyle will be discussing this in more detail during the Year 2 UBC Okanagan session today that starts right after this. At the Vancouver campus, students will go through the second year placement process, which is a competitive process to place you in the programs you rank at the end of your first year. As you can see from the slide, there's 14 great programs that you would be able to rank as part of this process. You'll learn lots more about the placement process in your first year courses, and we'll go through more of this in detail during the Year 2 Vancouver session today that starts at around 5:40. So we hope that this gives you a good reminder of UBC Engineering and the programs offered, but we'll be diving deeper into some more topics in the specialized advising sessions that are next. So now you're probably wondering what is coming next. So we have the event schedule back on here. So if you're going into first year at the Vancouver campus, you're going to meet Erin at that session shortly. If you're going into second year at the Okanagan campus, you're going to go meet Kyle at his session shortly, and you can use that left-hand navigation to access those sessions. If you aren't in one of those groups, don't worry. We have lots of other things you can go and look at. We encourage you to stay on the stage for our student experience panel. That's going to start at 5:15. Or you can go check out our design teams or the e-ideas group sessions that are starting right after this. If you ever want to go see what's happening, you can return to that reception page, and that's where you can see the event schedule. And don't forget, if you have very specific questions or you don't get your questions answered during the presentations today, you will have lots of time at the advising Q&A sessions at the end of the night. So just come pop in there and you can ask us those questions then. That's all for now. So we'll see you all shortly in the sessions.